AUTEL Robotics have just launched two new drones. They have launched the AUTEL Evo Nano and the AUTEL Evo Lite. Now, I brought you this launch and these specifications slightly ahead of AUTEL themselves. I managed to leak or get hold of some of the leaked information and images, and I brought this to you in my previous video. If you haven't seen that video, please do go check that out because I cover these specifications in much more detail. But for the purpose of this video, let's very quickly recap on what this new AUTEL Evo Nano will give you. So let's look at some of the specifications then. Now, the Evo Nano comes in two models. We have the standard version and we've got the plus version. The only real difference I can see is the sensor size. That standard version comes with the 1/2 inch sensor with that f2.8, and then we get the bigger sensor on the plus model with that f1.9, which is going to be much better in low light. Both models have 3-way obstacle avoidance, which is absolutely superb. Both models, it looks like we are going to have active track, and you can see some snippets from a promotional video as I'm going along and releasing some of the specifications here. Not to mention, we also have that quick transfer feature, which is absolutely fantastic, meaning you don't always have to put your SD card in your computer, providing your phone and your software works or whatever app you're using can handle 4K. You're going to be able to use that and just say firing up your computer really, or connecting any connections or whatever. You also get, as part of the app, a nice editing suite, which is really nice, so you can quickly share your videos. And then one of the feathers in the cap is that real-time 2.7K 30 frames per second video feedback. Just again, I have read all of your comments today on my previous video, but I just haven't had time to respond. So it's purely the video feedback between the drone and your phone, which is 2.7K. Of course, the drone itself offers a 4K 30 frame per second resolution. So really high and up there. But what I want to do is, like I've already said, I want to talk about the price and really trying to put this into perspective, because many of you have seen the prices and said that this is incredibly expensive. Now, not to knock any other YouTubers, however, this is where I think many people are going completely wrong. Of course, this is my own personal thought. You can disagree, you can press the dislike button, or you can agree. But this is the medium we are using, which is YouTube, and this is why we allow comments for people to give their opinions. So yeah, let me hit you with my theory then. As I've just mentioned, many other YouTubers I've seen, now nothing wrong with this, are comparing the AUTEL Evo Nano to the DJI Mini 2. Now, I'm going to absolutely rock everything here by saying I think that is completely wrong. Why do I think that comparing the AUTEL Evo Nano to the DJI Mini 2 is completely wrong? Well, for a start, the AUTEL Evo Nano has so much higher spec than what this guy does. So the prices we have seen today is the standard model comes in at $649 and the plus model comes in at $799. Okay. Now, if you, whoever you are watching this, if you compare that price to the DJI Mini 2, it is going to seem expensive. Now, hear me out. If we look at the specifications, okay, of this Evo Nano, even the standard model got a 1/2 inch sensor. What drone on the market also has a 1/2 inch sensor? The DJI Mavic Air 2. What drone on the market has obstacle avoidance, 3-way obstacle avoidance? The DJI Mavic Air 2. Active track, the Mavic Air 2. The Mavic Air 2 hasn't even got a brilliant video feedback. I think, I could be wrong here, I think it's 1080p. I believe it's 1080p feedback between the controller and your phone. The AUTEL Evo Nano is 2.7K feedback. You look at the cost of a standalone DJI Mavic Air 2, it is $799 for the drone, the controller, and one battery. Even if we take the standard model, that's $649 for a drone that is comparable to the DJI Mavic Air 2. Just pretend that this is the DJI Mavic Air 2. The DJI Mavic Air 2 is going to be bigger physically and heavier than the than the AUTEL Evo Nano. We don't yet know what the wind resistance is going to be on the AUTEL Evo Nano. We can assume, and it's fair to assume, the wind resistance won't be as good as the DJI Mavic Air 2, granted. However, here's the issue, okay? The amount of times when I have reviewed these products, right, such as the Mavic Air 2 or the Air 2S, which of course this one is, the amount of times people have said to me, Gavin, I would absolutely love all of the features on the DJI Mavic Air 2 or the Air 2S, but I still love the flexibility of having that sub 249 gram drone and having the ability to fly it pretty much anywhere unrestricted. That's what the AUTEL is, okay? It is a drone which is under 249 grams, which just isn't restricted, with all the features pretty much the DJI Mavic Air 2. It's actually the drone which you guys have actually been asking for, okay? If you compare the price to the DJI Mavic Mini, it's expensive at $649. Personally, I would buy the Plus model with that bigger sensor, of course. But, you know, let's be fair. Let's talk about the base model. But if you compare it to the DJI Mavic Air 2 at $800 US, $649 is, of course, $150 cheaper for something that's equally as good, apart from, of course, its size and possible wind resistance. But for many of you, you would sacrifice that bigger size and wind resistance to be able to fly in more places. So actually, depending on which way you look at it, it's actually cheaper. And it's actually a really good value drone. And of course, one thing to mention as well, guys, is I did actually mention a couple of videos ago that, you know, I don't have any evidence so far that the AUTEL Evo Nano has been registered on the FCC database. Now, effectively, if you want to sell a drone in America, this is a step you need to take. So I did announce back then that I didn't think that this drone was coming anytime soon. And I do appreciate many of you are quite frustrated with the whole situation, and a few of you have been saying that, you know, I can't buy it yet and I've got no specifications to be able to make my mind up. This is primarily an announcement, and in a few days' time, few weeks, we will start to see the full specifications. We still, as yet, we don't know what packages with batteries, we don't know if we're going to get a case, we don't know the full costings, we don't, we've just been given these base prices, okay, which you can only assume is with one battery. But like I said, guys, many of you have fed back to me in the comment section, you want to see my opinion on the price. That's it. Guys, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow and to more people to see this video. Let me know everything that you think about what I've said in this video in the comment section below. I know that I have completely gone against the grain, but I like to do that and just look at things slightly differently. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.